Hello and welcome to the next episode of the Woollentwine Fiber Studio Knitting Podcast. My name is Jule and it's been a while since we've last chatted on this channel. Life has been really busy the last couple of weeks and I couldn't really squeeze in any time to record a podcast episode. It was a really crazy time, mostly in a good way, but it didn't feel right to sit down and have a calm chat about knitting. But here I am, happy to share what I've been up to in the last couple of weeks now. And it feels very nice to sit down again and chat to you. I've got a new equipment for my podcast and also for taking pictures, all thanks to the awesome Laine of Fiber Tales who helped me to decide on what camera to get and what lens to get, and I'm really happy that she helped me out because I'm not really so into cameras and all that stuff. So I could have needed some help, so that was really good. And so far I'm really liking it. Let me know if you have any feelings about my new setup. I'm really enjoying recording with this new camera. What are we going to talk about today? I will chat you through my current whips and FLs and show you a little bit of a yarny acquisition. I've been trying to limit myself a little bit to yarn buying at the moment because I cannot knit as much as I would like to. But I still got a little bit, and I will also announce the next shop update, actually, that will take place early June, but that will be at the end of the episode, so if you're down for that, skip to the end. I will not share what's going to be in the shop update yet because it's not all been prepared because I will still need some time, but I will share what is going to be in the shop update later on, but not in this episode, so just so you know what to expect. So let me start with my finished objects that I've been knitting on the last couple of weeks. One of them you've already seen in another episode that was still a whip at that time, but I've completed it, and it's my, well, I didn't complete it totally because there's still a couple of stitch markers and stuff in it, but this is my Bregne sweater. Well, not mine because it's actually for my boyfriend, but this is the Bregne sweater I've been knitting. I've been working on this, I think, for quite a while, but it would not really take a lot of time, but it took me some time to finish because I was just not knitting as much. But this is, it's blocked and it's done, and it's knit in Nutiden yarn in the colorway Midwinter. It's this lovely gray shade. I don't know if you can see that, if it wants to focus. Yeah, here we go. It's a lovely gray with some coolish and some warmish undertones, so it has a nice depth, and I'm really in love with it. I had a little issue with the sleeves because I'm not very good at knitting sleeves actually, and I usually end up making them too long or too short, even though I measure it over and over all the time. But the sleeves were a little bit short when he tried it on for the first time, but then with blocking I squeezed out another 2 centimeters or so, and now it's actually, it fits him perfectly, and I'm really happy. I added a little bit of a modification to the bottom. I don't know if you can see that here, but there's still, I need to weave in the end still, but I've added a little bit of a rolled hem to the bottom, which I think is not meant to be in the pattern, but I think it would only fit the rolled hem at the top, and so and I think I went for a slightly different rib. It's been a while since I've completed it, so I don't know completely, but the Bregne is a pattern by Laine of Fiber Tales, and it's a unisex pattern, so the herringbone section at the top is actually the only detail that's important, and then you can basically also add some increases or decreases for some waist shaping or so. So it can easily be a women's or a men's sweater. And yeah, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think it's really warm, so it might take a while until you can really wear it again, because yeah, we don't have that cold temperatures here in spring. So, but definitely for next winter, he will have a very warm sweater, and yeah, I really like it. So far, that was my Bregne sweater, and actually I was on a little bit of a Nutiden knitting trip, so my second FO is a Nutiden FO as well, and that was a super quick project for me. It was cast on a whim and finished, and I've been wearing this already, even though it's not blocked yet. But it's just so cozy, and I've been wearing this for dyeing, and it's so versatile, and I just love it. It's the color is really a little bit darker than in real life, but this is my Juist sweater. The design is actually by, what's her name again? Ankestrick, if I remember correctly. It's a German designer, and she designed this sweater after her favorite holiday location where she likes to go. It's an island in the North Sea, if I remember that correctly. Yeah, but it's an island where many people, like many Germans, go to do their vacations and see a little bit of the sea. And yeah, as a person who's from the north as well, I could really resonate with this pattern and the story behind it. And yeah, I've knit this in it's, I don't know if it shows up because it's a little bit dark here, but the colorway is called Gateway. It's Nutiden yarn as well, and it's something between a dark brown and purple with a little bit of a grayish undertone as well. It's very neutral, and so right up my alley, and very versatile, I think. And yeah, I really wanted something simple to just throw over when I'm dyeing, and sometimes I go outside and do some things when I'm dyeing, and I wanted to stay warm. And I also thought about using it for gardening, as long as it's still a little bit chilly here. So I've actually made a little bit of a modification, and I don't know if you can see, but I've really cropped the sweater. I will definitely insert some videos of me wearing it, maybe. But it's very cropped, and has a little bit of a shorter sleeve, just so I can easily roll it up to like below my wrist, and so it's out of the way when I'm working and stuff. And yeah, I'm really happy with the fit. I really like the way that it's cropped, and it's so easy to throw it over just whatever you're wearing. So yeah, absolutely recommending this pattern. Also, it's a very genius construction, because there is like a raglan. It's like a raglan, but an invisible one, and it's not just, the raglan is not going straight from here to below your armhole, but it's more shaped like a very long S would be shaped, I think. And that makes it, for me at least, as someone with quite narrow shoulders, it's much more wearable, this kind of shape. And it's a really genius construction. It fits me so well, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to knit more than one more out of these. Especially also because it's, I've been thinking about using Nutiden for this anyways, but the great thing about using Nutiden for a cropped sweater is that I've only been using about 250 or so grams for a size think I knit a size 4 because my gauge was slightly smaller. So I want to end up with a size 3, I think. And I've knitted it in 250 grams approximately. Just 2.5 cakes of Nutiden, and that's actually pretty impressive for a garment, I would say. Yeah, I really like this sweater, and I can only recommend trying the pattern. I also really like the rolled neck. You can see a little theme here. I've also been using the rolled neck on the Bregne. But I don't know, at this time I really like the way it fits me, and I don't know, I might just like some rolled hems. Oh, and I've made a modification in the ribbing again, because I don't really always like the look of 2x2 or 3x1 rib. I just like a 1x1 rib, to be honest. So I've just changed it to doing a 1x1 rib, and that's perfectly fine, and it looks really nice. Also on the bottom here I've done the same, and yeah, I think it suits the simpliness of this sweater very well. So yeah, that is my Juist. And yeah, that's all the FOs I have. Oh no, I have more. Let me get one. Yeah, it's been a while since I've completed this FO, but yeah, so that's why I almost forgot. But it's of course something very exciting, and you probably all have seen on Instagram and maybe also in Lerke or Fibertails podcast that we've done a collaboration with a shawl that features some little bees. And this pattern is the Humlebi shawl by Lerke or Fibertails, and it features these super cute little bees. Look at those, they are so cute. And actually this shawl was made in collaboration with Eva of the Blue Rabbit House as well, and she designed the most gorgeous little bee bag that features a little bee, and she's called Bonnie. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. I've test knitted the pattern in one of my, it's a one-of-a-kind colorway that's, I think I've called it just a beige. It's like a beige with a little bit of a purple pinkish undertone. I don't know if you can see. But yeah, I've test knitted the pattern in this one, and I actually managed to use just a little bit under 3 skeins, and I've been knitting a larger version because I don't know, the pattern features says you need about a little bit over 2 skeins, and I used a little bit under 3, and I've added 2 more repeats of the pattern on each side just to make the shawl a little bit bigger. And yeah, I've been wearing it pretty much non-stop ever since I've completed it, and it's really funny because maybe you already saw the shawl way before I've actually the collaboration was actually launched, because I was wearing it in the picture where I hold the lamp when I picked up fleeces and visited Patricia of Lickescha. When I visited Patricia of Licke Sheep Farm. And yeah, I don't know, maybe you could have had a sneak peek at that picture already. But yeah, I've been doing modifications again, as you know. I always do modifications. And I've been omitting the picot cast on, just because I like a little bit of a more plain shape, and I'm really happy because yeah, this way it really is very plain and wearable for me, and I absolutely love it, and it's perfect for these kind of chilly spring days where you're like, I don't want to put on like a thick coat, but I just want to sit outside and enjoy a little bit of sunshine, and for these kind of purposes this is just perfect because it's quite large. I cannot really fit it into the picture, but it's quite large, and I can wrap it around my neck twice, and it's just so cozy and warm. And yeah, it's actually, I don't know if I said it already, but it's knit in my BFMS and DK base. And yeah, I hope to have a couple of colors of that base available in my next shop update, which I'm going to announce later on. Yeah, but so far about my Humlebi shawl. I have another FO that I cannot show you because it has been given to someone else. From my limited edition too, that was released last month. Yeah. Last month. I kept one skein for myself, or a little bit more, but I kept one skein to make a hat out of it, and I've knit the Brume hat by Melody Hoffmann, which I then gave to Patricia of Lykke Sheep Farm, whose sheep are the ones who gave the wool for this base. So I thought it would be just a really nice gift for her, and she was really hardworking at the time, so I really felt like doing her something good, because it was lambing season when I was visiting her, and she was really stressed because lambs are coming all the time and there's not a lot of sleep, and you still have to keep up with all the other chores as a shepherdess. So yeah, it was just fitting, and I wanted to have something for her that she will like. And yeah, so I knitted the Brume hat for her, and it suits her very well. Maybe you can spy it on her Instagram if you follow her sometimes. The pattern is super enjoyable to knit. I have to say it's the best fitting hat I might have knitted so far, because I feel like knitted hats can be a bit difficult with the stretchiness around the brim. So I always struggle with having them tight enough to stay in place but not too tight. And I've knitted this hat on slightly smaller needles than the yarn would be suited with, because it was kind of, I wanted it to be a bit tighter and a bit more squishy. The fabric was supposed to be a bit more squishy, that's what I wanted. But I will insert a couple of clips, maybe. I'm turning really bright here. I will insert some clips on of that hat, or a picture at least somewhere, so you can maybe see. But definitely really recommending that pattern. And if you're thinking about getting a little bit of a hat for the slightly chillier spring days, then definitely go for that pattern. I can only recommend. Okay, I think those are my FOs so far. It's really crazy because I just realized that I don't have any socks knitted in a while, and so I think I might have to cast on some. And I'm having some plans, which I'm going to tell you once they're ready. But I definitely need some socks very soon again. But first, let's jump onto the whips. Okay, so the first whip is one that you've already seen. I've showed it in another podcast episode before, and it's another garment project. It's the... Sorry, I'm reaching over here because it's my Odette sweater that's actually almost finished. I was working on this in the last episode as well, and I think I've completed one sleeve at that time. Maybe even not, but I've now completed the sleeves and the the neckband that has not been sewn, so it's a little bit wonky. But I've completed the second sleeve, and I'm at the least bit of the pullover, so I'm going to make that one cropped as well, just to make it as wearable as my Juist. But I have about this much. This is my last ball, and this is what I have left. And I'm still enjoying knitting on this, but I've been taking a little break from this when I was still knitting on the Juist sweater, because I just felt it felt so nice to have the Nutiden in my hands, and I don't know, I just had to continue knitting with Nutiden after finishing the Bregne. So this one was a little bit on a break, but now I've picked it up again, and so I think it should only take me a couple of more days to add a couple of centimeters to the bottom and just use up the last skein, and then I'm good to go. I think I haven't mentioned yet, but the pattern is by Sari Nordlund, and yeah, I've been talking about this more in depth in another episode, so you can watch that one back if you want to know some more of my thoughts on it. The only thing I will say is that I'm still really enjoying the pattern. It's just simple knitting with no thoughts, and that's usually what I need after busy days these days. So yeah, it's something I really like, and I like to pick it up when I'm like around my family or so. Since we're now able to meet again, at least here in Germany, with more than one person, I can meet with my family again. And yeah, whenever you're out with people and you don't want to be like focusing on a project too much, this is just the perfect thing. Just rounds and rounds of stockinette stitch, and I just really enjoy it. Yeah, I think I'm not 100% sure. I haven't tried it on yet. I don't know what it is, but I usually feel like I don't want to try them on too soon, and then I keep knitting, and it's so stupid because if there was a mistake or if it wouldn't fit, then it's easier to rip back earlier than later, but I don't know, I just don't like to put them on too early, and then I just hope they will be nice. So I will add a couple more centimeters, and then I will try it on and see the length and maybe add a couple centimeters more. And yeah, not sure about what hem I'm going to go for, because I somehow would like to have a rolled one without any ribbing, but I'm not sure if that will work. So on to my next work in progress, which surprisingly is another project in Nutiden yarn. You must think I'm crazy, but I've been really coming late to the party, so I didn't really know how awesome this yarn is. So I have to knit everything in it now. No, but I was thinking, after I've been liking it so much for the sweaters, I also wanted to try a shawl out of it. And actually that pattern has been in my Ravelry and in my mind for so long. And it's actually the Yohira Shawl by Erie Shimizu. I have no clue on how to pronounce the name, I'm so sorry, but I will link it in somewhere. And she's from Japan, and she does the most glorious patterns all the time. I really, really like her patterns. I think she just recently had a pattern in, this Laine Magazine. It's definitely on my to knit list now too. It's a pretty light pullover, if I remember correctly, and it's, yeah, I don't know if I can find it now, but it's a really nice, simple pullover with a little bit of a detail at the bottom, and I just absolutely adore it. No, I can't. Oh, here it is. It's this one. So it's called the Erie Shimizu, by the way. I'm trying to read this out somehow. And this is the pattern again. I really like it, and I think I will make this one maybe in the summer. But for now, I'm working on another pattern by her, which is the Yohira Shawl, and I'm working this in the Nutiden yarn again, and it's absolutely glorious. This is the yarn and the pattern, and it has these little details of just some wrapped stitches and slipped stitches, and it's so simple to knit, and at the same time it's so interesting because you keep you have some stockinette rows, and then you add some other details again, and so it really never gets boring. And I've been really holding myself from just knitting on it and finishing it before I could even record a podcast episode to call it a whip. And yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. And this is actually knitted on, I think, 6mm needles, so it's really quick as well. And yeah, I absolutely adore this color of the Nutiden. This is the Vibeke colorway, I think. And it's a light lilac, but with a couple of deeper bits of blue and purple in it. And it's yeah, it's just this kind of a coolish purple that I really like. It has a little bit more of a lighter touch to it in real life, but yeah, it's absolutely stunning. And I think the shawl will wear so well with all kinds of blacks and neutrals that I usually wear. So yeah, I really love this project. It's so fun to knit on this, and now I will continue knitting on it quite a lot now that I've showed you the whip, and probably it will be an FO next time. So yeah, if you have 2 plates of these or 2 plates of Nutiden left over, you can definitely knit a Yohira, because I don't think I will need much more than just 2 plates, maybe a little bit more, but not much. And so another project where you just need very little yarn for, which is nice, right? Yeah, and actually I think that is it for my whips, because I've been trying to keep myself from casting on too much at the moment, just because I've been yeah, trying not to clutter my home too much with so many whips. So I'm trying to limit myself to 2 to 3 whips at the time. And since I was knitting the bee shawl in a really, like, for a quick test knit in between and the other sweater, I had a couple of whips at the same time. So now I'm happy that I'm down to 2 and I will allow myself to add 1 more maybe at some point. Yeah, I'm not going to go too deep into my knitting plans at the moment, because I think it will take too long to talk about them. Because I have so many plans. I would like to have another pair of hands or so just to knit all these glorious projects I have in mind. But for now, I have 1 acquisition that's actually linked to a certain project, and that I bought with a certain project in mind, or pattern in mind. And so that's what I'm going to share to you. So I've had my eyes on yarn from the Danish natural dyer Thybo Handdyed for quite a while. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she has a podcast as well, but it's only in Danish, so that's what's a pity. But she dyes the most glorious shades, and I'm absolutely in love with her work. So I've actually got a set of 3. This was not a set in her shop, but I chose it to be a set of 3 for a certain project. I got these 3 to knit a Stay Soft shawl out of them by Vera Välimäki? I don't know. I will put the name below again. But I was thinking it requires 3 colors, I think. And as you know, I'm not a very colorful person, so I wanted a little bit of a lower contrast. And yeah, what better could there be than these 3 moody, dark, bluish and reddish and earthy tones together. I think they look really nice together. And yeah, I don't know how to space them in the pattern, because I think, if I remember correctly, I remember talking to my friend Eva of the Blue Rabbit House. She was recommending the pattern to me because she said it's so fun to knit as well, and I love a bit of garter stitch. So yeah, I think you can decide on how to space the colors in the pattern. So I'm not sure on how to do that yet, but I absolutely love these colors, and I cannot wait to cast on a new project, because it has been a while. The yarn is actually a mix or a blend of Gotland and Falkland Merino, and it's spun in Denmark, and it's a fingering weight. Okay, I was cut off a little bit, but I think I was talking about the plans that I have for the beautiful Thybo wool, and yeah, I just can't wait to get on knitting another project. I have another acquisition that's actually more Nutiden, but not sure what to make with it just yet. I got from the new collection, I got I think it's called Bärighet colorway. It's this dark purplish reddish color, and I think since I'm planning or trying to add a little bit more color to my wardrobe, I thought it's only fitting to get another one. And yeah, I'm not entirely sure on what pattern I'm going to make with it, but it will probably be a cardigan, because I can really imagine wooden buttons to look so nice with this yarn. And so yeah, it might be a cardigan, but I'm not sure yet. I got way too much of this after realizing how little I need for a sweater. I thought I will need like 500 to 600 grams, but I probably won't. So yeah, there will be another project out of this glorious yarn, but we will see. So far, I think those are my yarn acquisitions until now. So let's go and chat about the shop update, because I know that it has been a while since I've been doing a shop update, and the last one might have been a bit crazy because it was Botanica Yarn Fest and there was so much going on, and I know some of you who were planning to buy some of the yarn didn't get any, and I'm very sorry, but I didn't really. You were so crazy on going on those sock sets that, I don't know, they were sold out so quickly, and I'm so thankful for your support. But yeah, this time I'm having another shop update that hopefully will be a little bit more calm. I wouldn't say it's a huge amount of yarn available, but I've been trying to make definitely more of the sock sets, so you can try and get your hands on them if you missed them last time. There will be, if I remember correctly, there will be 5 different sets this time, and with corresponding minis, so 120 gram sets of my Corriedale sock base. That's actually a non-superwash and no nylon, plastic-free sock yarn. And I hope that yeah, you will find these as good as you found them last time. No, but these are so much fun to dye for me, because yeah, they allow me so much creativity, combining all those colors, and I really like them. So I hope to make more for the summer, but yeah, for this update there will be 5 sock sets available. I will show the colors before. I don't know when I will have time to do so, because I'm a little bit busy these days, but I will do my very best to show you the colorways beforehand. The colors are all very spring-like, and I just absolutely love them. I'm just looking at some of them on the other side of the camera, and I'm really happy with them. So yeah, stay tuned on those. I will show them to you. And yeah, I'm also bringing back some of your very favorite bases on the BFM Masson. It will be available in 4-ply and a little bit in the DK base. So I hope to be able to dye 1 or 2 more colorways next week before the update goes live. Yeah, which brings me to telling you when it will actually be. The shop update is planned for the 1st of June at 8 p.m. GMT +2. Berlin time. I will put a reminder in my Instagram stories as well, and I will also link it in the show notes. But yeah, 1st of June is the date where I'm going to release the next shop update. And yes, I will be bringing back some favorite colorways, but also some new ones that are, yeah, I'm really happy with them. They are a little bit more a mix of some moody and some lighter colors. And I think they accompany the very fresh and spring-like sock sets very well. So yeah, hope this will be a collection that you like. There will also be some Rustic Merino in the shop update, but mostly in the undyed colorways, because they've been sold out for a while, at least some of them. And I will be restocking these, mainly on the worsted base. So there won't be any Rustic Merino Sport for this update, I think. And mostly Rustic Merino worsted. So yeah, that's what's about to come. And I'm also planning the next shop update already. So I really hope that there will be more that you like. And yeah, I don't really know what to share more about it other than there will be nice yarn. No, but if there are any questions, feel free to always send me an email or a DM on Instagram, as you like. I have to say one thing, because I'm getting more and more requests about custom orders and reservations. And the thing is that I would love to do these for you, but I just can't. It's just too much, and I'm only one person trying to keep up with everything at the moment, and I cannot like save any skeins or do custom orders anymore. So yeah, please, if you wanna get the colorway you like, please make sure you you log in time, and then I hope that everyone gets what they we're looking for. If you have a certain colorway that you've been waiting for, don't hesitate to let me know, because I can always try and think about that when I'm dying for the next update. So if there is something you've been looking for a while and that has been sold out, you can always let me know, and I will try to remember and dye that for the next update. But as said, custom orders, I used to do them, but they're coming more and more, and I just cannot handle them without feeling a bit overwhelmed by everything. So yeah, that is a little announcement I wanted to make. And yeah, I think that's it, what I wanted to tell about the shop update. I hope it will go smoothly and that there are no issues, and that you will all get what you would like to get. Yeah, and I think that's it for this episode as well, because yeah, it's a bit of a shorter one this time, but I hope you still enjoyed it. And yeah, hope you're having a good time, and see you in the next one. Bye.